so good. Alright, I'm manifesting that this is the first video clip in my birth vlog. We will see. I also just got back from a walk, so if I'm extra out of breath, that is why. But I wanted to document these details in case I forgot them. Today I got a membrane sweep. It's September 9th, and I got that at 2 p.m. And while she was doing that, she checked me, and I was 1.5 centimeters, 1.5 centimeters dilated, and 60% effaced. And 4 days ago when she checked me, last time I saw her, I was completely closed, or my cervix was completely closed. So I'll take that as a good sign. That was definitely a progress that I wanted to hear. And like I mentioned before, I've been having contractions on and off for weeks. So that has definitely been messing with me mentally. This has definitely been a mental game. I am 41 weeks pregnant today. FYI, I should have started with that. So I'm a week past my due date, which I know is like arbitrary anyways. And I'm scheduled to be induced a week from today because my midwives can't see me past 42 weeks. They'd have to transfer me to an OB, and I feel like at that point I'll be like, fine, just induce me. But I'm trying to avoid that. I've been trying to do this as naturally as possible. I know that a membrane sweep is a form of induction, but it felt like the most natural to me, and I'm just hoping that that gets things kickstarted. It feels like she just needs a little boost to keep the contractions going. So we will see. It is like 5 p.m. right now. I've definitely been feeling some contractions still, like I have been this whole time. So we're just gonna have a nice dinner tonight, relax. I'm gonna take a shower, hang out with Arlo and Steven. They're at the gym right now, but when they get back, we're all gonna hang out. And yeah, just try not to get my hopes up, but also hope for the best. 9/9/25 would be a beautiful birthday, as would tomorrow, because tomorrow is my grandma's birthday, and that would just be super aligning. So we'll see. I'm also just like trying my best to surrender and allow, and just like let what needs to be be. I know she will choose her birthday, and I completely trust my body to do what it needs to do. I am completely abandoning the mindset that I'm doing something wrong or I should be doing something else to induce labor. Like, my body knows what it's doing. So just trying to release all that pressure. I've like texted everyone in my family saying no news is good news, because it's just so hard to keep everyone updated, and that can feel exhausting and overwhelming sometimes. Even though I love that everyone's excited, I'm excited, but hopefully I can just text them with good news when we know things are going. So we will see. I will keep you updated as well. Always taking videos and pictures like this could be the last one, but truly I feel like this could be the last one. So Bump, I've loved having you. It's been so fun growing this sweet baby girl. Truly just like such an honor, and I've loved it so much, and I'm ready for the next phase. I'm ready for the next stage. So update from yesterday, I didn't really sleep at all because I was having contractions all night, or feeling nauseous or hungry, which has happened to me before. But again, just like those mind games of like, is this labor, is this not, drive you crazy. Like, it just feels like insanity sometimes. So this morning was rough. I was just feeling a little deflated and defeated, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have the mindset that she's coming Monday when I get induced, and I'm gonna chill, because like my mind needs that. My mind needs that to hold on to just like get through this next few days. It just feels like it's going insane. Then I went for a walk with Steven. Arlo was at school. I'm picking him up right now. And after the walk, I went to the bathroom and realized that I lost my mucus plug. TMI, but if you're watching this, you probably want all those details. So that was today, September 10th at around 10 p.m. It's 11:11 as I'm recording this. So that's another aligning thing. I know that losing your mucus plug can mean lots of different things. It can mean labor is right around the corner, or it could still be a while. So again, still the mind games, but just trying to lean into that peaceful feeling I had this morning when I was like, you know what? She's just gonna come on Monday. Gonna come on Monday, so I'm gonna hold on to that, and if she surprises me before then, great. Okay, I think I gave the last update a few days ago. Currently laying in bed. It is Friday, September 12th. Not much has changed besides I continue to lose my mucus plug, I guess, or just more things are leaving my body. TMI again. And today I woke up just with stronger contractions. They're not super consistent by any means, but they're definitely stronger. So I'm in a side laying position right now, and that's definitely bringing them on too. Oh, and I had an ultrasound today, like a physical profile. They do that at 41.5 weeks, just to make sure that everything is okay with baby, that she's practicing breathing, amniotic fluid is good. Oh yeah, I'm 41 weeks and 3 days today. So I just wanted to give this update so I remember all these things. And who knows? but we'll see what happens this weekend. It feels promising, but I'm also just trying to remain open. Also, I go back and forth between if I want to time my contractions or not, because I feel like when I time them, I just get in my head. But I also want to time them if they start showing up more consistently, so I just go back and forth on that all the time. I keep thinking of things I want to remember. Also, this morning, I woke up super early, which is not rare, but it's just because my contractions were waking me up, which I feel like means that they're more intense. And I just felt off all morning, like super crampy. I feel like I had to go to the bathroom like number 2 all day. So who knows? It is exhausting feeling like I'm in labor every day for the past like 3 or 4 weeks. But it's okay. I know we're reaching the end. I'd love to go into labor naturally, but if I have to be induced, that's okay too, because I feel like it's just going to take a little bit of a push and she'll be ready. But we'll see. All right, so I wanted to sit down and explain what was happening during the actual birth process, because as much as we tried to capture clips, we didn't capture all of it, and I want to explain what was going through my head mentally during the whole thing. I watched so many videos like this, either birth vlogs or people telling their birth story on YouTube before I gave birth, and I feel like that helped me so much. It helped me know what to look for, what to expect, gave me some good strategies, and most importantly, it gave me proof that it is possible to have an unmedicated birth at a hospital. I feel like we just don't hear of that very often, and your mind needs like concrete examples of women doing this so your mind can start to accept that this is possible. I think that birth, no matter how you spin it, whether it's medicated, unmedicated, C-section, VBAC, whatever, it's so magical. Birth is such a portal and it's wild. No matter how you spin it, it is wild. So as I tell my story, I hope it doesn't make you feel any way about your birth. Even my first birth was not what I wanted, but it taught me so much and I'm so grateful for it. I just don't want this to come across any certain way other than inspiring to you if you're wanting to have a birth this way, or just inspiring in general if you like watching birth vlogs. Anywho, so let's get into what actually happened at the birth. So that night, Friday night, I was having contractions that were definitely getting stronger, but like I mentioned, I'd been having contractions for weeks, so it was such a mental game, like a mind F for me having these contractions. I was like, they're gonna have to be serious and intense for me to think that this is actual labor, because I've been having them the entire time. Well, they did get intense and they did get frequent, and they stayed that way for like 2.5 hours. Like at first I was like, okay, if this stays like this for an hour, we'll call Steven's parents. Then after an hour, and I was like, okay, let's do an hour and a half. They were the same way for an hour and a half. So then we finally called his parents. I called my midwife and she was like, yeah, go to the hospital. I was like, are you sure? Like, I just didn't want to waste anyone's time. And I wanted to make sure it was the real deal. They were definitely intense. So Steven's mom came back over, because she was actually over like an hour before we called her. And I was having contractions at that time. But again, I didn't want to like unnecessarily freak anyone out. So she went home and we ended up calling her and she came back. So grateful for them. She stayed with Arlo. This was like 11:30 p.m. Steven's finally in the video. And we're finally on the way to the hospital. It feels very surreal. But my contractions have been like 2 minutes apart, 3 minutes apart, kind of all over the place, but for like 2.5 hours now. 2 hours and 40 minutes. So it feels like the real deal. I hope so, and I hope it doesn't stop. I almost forgot. I was like, that this is our anniversary.
Oh, it is, yeah. Like literally at this time.
Literally, Steven and I met at this time exactly 10 years ago. So our daughter is very poetic. We got to the hospital right before midnight, and honestly, I was feeling pretty good at this point. The contractions were intense, like I had to stop and breathe through them, but I walked in normally. They thought I was coming in for an induction, which I was supposed to be induced that Monday night, and I was just so grateful at this point. I was like, thank you, body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did not want to get induced. I wanted to go into labor spontaneously, and that was exactly what was happening. So I was so grateful to my body, and I kept saying that to my body, and I think that really helped me throughout this whole process. process. I kept saying, thank you, body. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we go into the hospital, we check in. It felt super quiet up there, even though I know there were other people there. I just remember last time I could hear other women making noises, which I was definitely one of those women come in a few hours. I was making lots of noises, but it seemed super quiet, even though they said there were lots of people up there having babies. We went straight to a room. We didn't have to go through triage, which was different from last time. And they took us to a room initially. I didn't even realize it was the actual hospital room. And Stephen was like, can we have a room with a bath? So they took us to a different room with a bath, which I was just certain that I was going to get into the bath to labor. But I don't know, something intuitively was just telling me don't do it. I was nervous too that if I was going to get in there and have to immediately get out. And it felt like a lot of effort to like get undressed and get in there and fill it up with water. And the policy at the hospital that I gave birth at is I couldn't actually deliver in the water. So I was just nervous that I was going to like it so much and then have to get out and not like getting out of the bath. So I didn't even end up using the bath, which kind of surprised me because I thought I was going to be in the bath or the shower for sure. So we got all settled in our room. The nurses were phenomenal. And I have to shout out my midwives as well because they obviously have their patients give birth at this hospital a lot. This is where they give birth. And the nurses just like knew what to expect because I was with those midwives. I was like, my plan is to not get an epidural. I'm going to breathe through my contractions. And they were just like, okay, and left me alone. Well, they had to do a couple things at first. They checked me. I was 4 centimeters dilated right when we got there. So that was like a little after midnight. They had the regular monitor on me at first, but I asked for the portable one, the wireless one. So they put that on me as well, which I'll insert a clip of all of these things. So that was nice. I could get up and move around and they honestly just left me alone. I turned the lights down. We made it very vibey in there. Steven put up all the fairy lights and we had little candles in the bathroom that I borrowed from my friend Kaylin. And I had the wall salt lamp. Like it was super vibey in there. We hooked up the stereo. I had my playlists going. And I just got in the zone. Like at first I could tell I was a little bit nervous because I was like, wow, this is actually happening. I can't believe this is actually happening. I remember like my body shaking a little bit at first because I was just like running on adrenaline and so excited. Oh, and it was really nice. I brought snacks and I got to eat the whole time, which is way different than last time as well. So I just kind of got in the zone and I was either bouncing on the birthing ball or standing, definitely moving around a lot. I tried to lay down one time and I was like, nope, I cannot lay here. This is not comfortable at all. I do not know how I did that the first time because I was in the bed the entire time, didn't get an epidural to 9 centimeters and contracted the whole time just laying in bed. No wonder it hurt so bad because I wasn't moving around. Movement helped me so much. I especially liked leaning over the bed, kind of on all fours, like standing up, leaning on the bed with my hands. And I would just sway back and forth, breathing through the contractions. Something that also really helped me was making horse lips, which is when you like breathe out of your mouth, like something with the vibrating of my mouth. I would focus on that and I wouldn't feel the contraction as much, but then I would have to like breathe in still. And when I would inhale, I could definitely feel the contraction. Some other things that really helped me get through the contractions, because they did get pretty intense, is I kept telling myself, this is a safe sensation. This is a safe pain. Like I'm not in danger. This is intense, not painful, even though, it did feel painful, but I kept trying to reframe it as intense because it was intense. And I feel like when you feel pain at first, your brain just goes into like fight or flight and you're like, this is dangerous. I'm in danger. But I kept telling myself, I'm safe. I'm safe. And honestly, that really helped me get through those contractions. They were intense, but nothing like the first time. Nothing like the first time. So it's just like the power of the mind, reframing what you're feeling along with the sensation of my mouth, doing the horse lips, helped me so much during contractions. So I kept telling Steven, because we could like see the contractions on the monitor too. I was like, they're going to get closer together and there may come a point where I'm going to ask for the epidural. And that usually means I'm in transition. So tell me that I'm super close and that I'm almost there. Because what I've learned from watching all these videos, reading all the books, is that when your contractions get super intense and really close together, you're usually in transition and that means you're almost there. So I was like, if I ask for the epidural, remind me that probably means I'm almost there. Honestly, transition happened so fast for me. Like I said, the nurses were like leaving me alone. They hadn't been in our room for a while. And I was just like working through these contractions, breathing through them. They were getting closer together. They were getting more intense. And then all of a sudden, it just switched. And I felt the most intense pressure down there, like the need to push. It caught me so off guard. At first, I didn't realize that it was like switching to pushing time. I ran to the bathroom. That was my instinct, was to go on the toilet because I felt so much pressure down there. But I looked at Steven and I was like, call the nurses. It's time to push. Like, I just couldn't believe that that happened so fast and it was so intense. It just took me off guard. Like, it literally took my breath away. Like, I couldn't breathe. And even though I knew that that sensation was coming, it wasn't like a bad sensation. It wasn't like painful. It was just super intense. And again, just took me off guard. So we switched from transition to pushing really fast. And it took a while for the nurses to get in there again, because they were probably just doing their thing. They thought I had plenty of time. This was around 3 a.m. So this happened pretty fast. So I'd been contracting for a few hours in the hospital around 3 a.m. I feel the need to push. I'm in the bathroom, like squatting. I don't know what to do, like position wise. I don't know what my body wants. And I was just kind of freaked out at first. And that was like a dangerous mindset to get into, because I felt that way in my first birth. Like, I freaked out and I was just like, Lindsay, calm down. You're safe. This is just your body literally pushing your baby out. So finally the nurses come in, and this made me laugh, even though I loved our nurses. They were amazing, amazing, amazing. One of them asked me when she came in, she's like, do you want me to check you or call your midwife? I was like, catch this baby. Like, this baby's coming out. I'm pretty sure I'm 10 centimeters dilated. So they eventually got me back to the bed, because I was like glued to the toilet. I wasn't even sitting on the toilet. I was literally just squatting over the toilet. Oh, and my water broke at this point. Like, pretty soon after feeling the sensation to push and that sensation switching from contractions to like the intense pressure, my water broke. And it was definitely like the dramatic water breaking, like splattered all over the floor. I was kind of over the toilet, so it kind of hit the toilet, kind of not. And I was like, okay, this is another good sign that she's ready. So things were happening, and they were still coming in surges. Like, that intense feeling was still coming in contraction form, and it would go away and I would feel like pretty good. So in between those sensations, those surges of intense pressure, I made my way to the bed, and I knew I couldn't lay on my back. I knew that wasn't an option. I had so much pressure on my tailbone. I told the nurse at one point that I felt like she was going to come out of my butt. And so that's where the pressure was. So I eventually, again, get on all fours on the bed, and they lean the bed up. So I'm kind of like leaning over the bed, and that's where I do my pushing. And I kind of kept forgetting, like, I think I was just so taken aback by these sensations that I kept forgetting that, like, okay, work with my body during these contractions and push her out with my body. I definitely felt the fetal ejection reflex, which was wild, but like also me kind of pushing along with it. It truly feels like when you have a bowel movement, like your body kind of does a lot of the pushing, but if you assist too, that kind of helped things move along. So I'll insert the clips from this phase, because Steven got this on video. You can't see anything, but you can hear me. Like, it feels good to push, but it's so
intense, yeah. That's the only way she's gonna come out.
Yeah. Feel her.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. You can feel that way. But you can do it, so there's not really anything to be scared of.
It's exciting.
Am I pushing her out of the right way?
It's exciting.
Yeah, you're doing perfect.
Can I do anything else?
Just do exactly what your body tells you to when you contract. You're doing beautifully.
It feels like it's gonna come out of my butt, but
That's normal. She won't though. She's just compressing your rectum, so it's giving you that sensation.
okay.
She just really wants you to know she's there.
Yeah, a little bit of water. And the first couple pushes, I thought for sure she was coming out, like she was crowning. And I was like, do you see her? And they were like, no, we don't see her. And Steven told me at that point, he was like, oh man, this is going to take forever. But after a few more of the surges and pushing, I was like, oh, now she's crowning. Like I felt it. And I was like, that was not her crowning. This is her crowning.
So things are just gonna roll down. You try, you don't like it.
And it was just so cool to work with my body. And my mind is kind of nervous about putting this video on the internet because I have such primal noises coming out of me during the pushing phase. But I also want to give you the real deal and show you like a natural birth because, again, I feel like that's so rare. And it was just such a cool experience for me. So I am having these primal noises come out of me. I'm pushing with my body as I'm feeling the surges. And after 2 like really good pushes and surges, she comes out. Like the first one, she kind of like came half out, which is interesting because that happened with Arla too, not on purpose. It was because the doctor wasn't there and they made me stop pushing. This one, I was totally working with my body. Like I was listening to my body and letting it guide her out. So I pushed her a little way out. She was crowning. And I did remember in my brain, I was like, don't force it. And Steven was telling me this too. Let it happen more slowly so your body can stretch with the head and it will hopefully reduce tearing, which I ended up tearing anyways. But that was to be expected because I tore pretty bad the first time and I tore in the exact same spot this time. So one more push and she was out.
Stretches out your tissues. Hopefully minimize the tear.
Breathe out.
You're doing good.
Breathe out.
Yeah.
Very good. Great job. You're definitely productive. Very productive.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
Good job. Breathe. That's amazing. Holy shit. Good. Spin all you. Good, so good. Amazing. Good. There. Just keep breathing. Safe space. That's what you need. You're doing it. You are doing it.
Wrapped around twice. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Great job. Oh my god. You did it.
And the way that I was positioned, I couldn't even like turn around quick enough to like see her come out. So that is one thing that kind of made me sad, is I didn't see her coming out and I wanted to like kind of hold her right away. But I was like frozen where I was at. My body was just like exhausted and I just like collapsed on the bed.
You did so good. Here, water. You were not wasting time. You did so good.
You did so good.
You know, thank you.
Know where to go.
Drop down that way, maybe. Like we did said before. Yeah, kind of watch your
I got
foot
your
there.
I got your foot and your leg, okay?
She has a long cord. She does.
Oh,
Your belly.
I'm not holding my cord.
She did.
Oh my god. Hi, Mom. Oh my goodness. You did it. We did it. So good. We did it.
Such a special moment. You can see Steven telling me like, you did it. And like hearing her cry was like one of the most satisfying things that has ever happened to me. I was like, I freaking did it. I did it. And I am so proud of myself. I am so glad that I got to experience an unmedicated birth. It was exactly what I wanted to experience. And it was just wild. It was wild. It was magical. It was intense. It was wild. It was primal. It was an experience for sure. So I finally get turned around. I'll insert a picture here where I'm like holding her, kind of kneeling. My body is exhausted. I'm shaking like a leaf, which I remember feeling that way last time with Arlo too. Must just be that like coming down off all of the adrenaline and chemicals pumping through your body that your body makes. Like last time I thought I was shaking because of the epidural, but it must be just me shaking from coming off all the hormones and chemicals that my body was producing to birth my baby. Definitely an experience that I'm going to remember forever and I can talk about forever. I love talking about birth, but I try not to annoy people. And I just am so grateful that I have this platform to share this story and this experience with people that are looking to have a similar experience or just interested in this experience, because I don't know, I almost don't have words for it. It was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. And I can kind of see why people are really into like physical challenges. Like we just watched Karen Nate, one of our favorite YouTubers. Nate just ran an ultra marathon, which is 100 miles. And at first you're kind of like, why would you do that? But honestly, after going through birth, which was such a crazy physical and mental challenge, it's just as much, if not so much more mental than it is physical. It is extremely physical, but also so mental. I can see why people do those physical challenges, because after you do it and you accomplish the thing, you're like, wow, I can do freaking anything. And it's just such a high of like, oh my gosh, I am capable of anything. And it's just like a matter of allowing our mind to work with us. Like it was such a mental game. And that is what I loved about birth, was it was such a beautiful example of how powerful our mind is. Like it was those mental tools, which I said this in my birth prep video, like I just needed more mental tools from my first birth. I knew that. It was those mental tools that got me through. Like even when I'm pushing, you can hear me in between the pushes saying, I trust my body. I trust my body. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. I'm safe. I'm safe. Like I was laughing afterwards. The nurses were probably like, is this girl okay? Like she kept saying she's safe. Like, is she in a good situation? Which they do have to ask you that in the hospital. Like, do you feel safe at home? Which obviously I do. But I was just reminding myself, like, I'm safe. It's okay to feel these intense feelings. My body knows exactly what to do. And it was just so cool to experience the intelligence and magic of our bodies, because our bodies do know exactly what to do. A lot of times it's just our mind that gets in the way, which I totally understand, because labor is an intense thing. And if you're not mentally prepared for it, it can catch you way off guard and you can freak out and not have a good experience. That was my first birth. But I'm here to show you that, like, if you put in the time beforehand of preparing and watching these videos like this or reading the books, I will link my whole video where I talked about how I prepared for birth. If you put in the time beforehand, it really does pay off and you're able to have the experience that you're wanting to have. And right after I had her, I looked at Steven and I was like, 2 is enough. Like that was so intense. I don't want to do that again. But honestly, even being like 2 weeks out now, I'm 2 weeks exactly postpartum today. I'm like, you know what? I could do that again. I don't know if we want more kids, but I'm like, I could do that again. Mentally, I could do that again. And it was really cool to experience. I did it. It was exactly how I wanted it. I did it. It was super freaking intense. But I'd do it again. And I did it.
Perfect.
So looking at my notes, I just want to mention a few more things that really helped me during birth. I already mentioned this, but just thanking my body and having so much gratitude, I think really, really helped me. I was so grateful to be in labor spontaneously. So I feel like that mindset of gratitude really helped me start on the right foot. Like on the way to the hospital, I just kept thinking, I'm so, so grateful. And I just kept saying, thank you, body. Thank you, body. Like I was literally talking to my body, which I've heard other people saying that, like talking to their cervix, like cervix open, open. Like I think there's so much power to that. It sounds crazy, but our body is so intelligent and it is listening to us all the time. So that is something that really helped my mindset, was just having so much gratitude for my body, for this baby, for being in labor spontaneously, all the things. Like I mentioned before, movement is key. So if you are giving birth in a hospital, ask for the portable monitors if they have them, or they could do intermittent monitoring. These are all things that I think are possible if you're having like a healthy pregnancy. Again, I'm not the expert, but I know sometimes people have to be monitored continuously for like many different reasons, but they were comfortable just putting the portable one on me, or sometimes they can just use the Doppler intermittently. Is that the right word? Because moving helped so much. If you're just stuck in that bed the entire time and you don't have an epidural, you don't have anything else, like it's going to be painful AF. But moving around, swaying, bouncing on the ball, doing the horse slips, so many other strategies out there too. You can try it all and see what feels right for you. I was just really tuning into my body. Like my body was leading the show. I was just along for the ride, and I was just like intuitively feeling all these things, what felt right to me. And I would do that. And I would like move and be like, okay, that doesn't feel good. And also, as I was contracting, I would just try to actively relax my body as much as I could, and just thinking about, visualize my cervix opening. So I would just like try to relax as much as I possibly could, not tense up with the contractions, but just remain as loose and relaxed and peaceful as I could, and just imagine that cervix opening. And I think that really helped, because I must have dilated pretty quickly to be pushing at 3 a.m. I think vocalizing in general between the horse lips and then when I was pushing, those low moans, I tried not to scream, because I remember reading like high-pitched screams can tense up your body, but keep it like a low moan. I was laughing the first time that I listened to the video. I was like, I sound like a wailing ghost in a haunted house. Try not to judge myself, but I was like, wow, these are some wild noises coming out. And I just love how peaceful everyone else is in the video. Everyone is so calm. They're like, this is just another day. And here I am, like a wailing like a ghost on the bed. But honestly, vocalizing helps so much, not only during contractions, but the pushing phase. So allow yourself to get primal. I think that's one of the most beautiful, magical things about this process, is you really get to be your primal, womanly, divine, feminine self. So like, let it all out. My final thoughts on all of this is like, honestly, I think everyone is capable of doing this, and I wish everyone could experience this if this is something you wanted to experience, because it's just so empowering, and again reminds you of how powerful your body and your mind is. Like when you have the right mindset, you can truly accomplish anything. So I think any woman is capable of birthing this way, and this was just such a redemptive birth for me. That's truly how it felt. Like I learned so much from my first birth, brought all of that knowledge into my second birth, and it helped me have the exact birth that I was desiring. And I'm just so, so grateful for that. Oh, and last thing, my midwives weren't even in the room when I gave birth, because it happened so fast and they didn't even know I was transitioning. So they didn't even have time to call her. She showed up like 5 minutes afterwards, which happened last time with Arlo too. Like the doctor wasn't there, and that was a whole issue. Like it was a lot more negative last time. This time, I was kind of sad that they weren't there, just because I love my midwives so much, but they have cultivated such a beautiful environment for their patients that it almost didn't even matter, because they knew exactly what I was wanting. Like the nurses knew exactly what I was wanting, and they were all just so calm and peaceful and encouraging. When I was pushing, they were like, just listen to your body, let your body push her out. I was like, are you sure I'm doing this right? And they're like, yeah, just listen to your body. And that was really cool. So shout out to my midwives. Even though they weren't there for the birth, they were a huge factor to allowing me to have this type of birth in the hospital. Like I think that's a big hurdle to overcome, is like the push for certain interventions, or maybe people that aren't supportive of what you're wanting. And everyone was so supportive because of the culture and environment that they have created. So I hope this vlog/story, birth story, was useful for all of you. Let me know down in the comments about your own birth, or any takeaways that you have, or any questions that you have. I'm not an expert by any means, but again, I will link the video where I talk about what I did to prepare for birth if you're interested. And like I said before, I think all births are so beautiful and magical and intense and primal in their own ways. And I want you all to remember that when you're thinking about your own birth, the way it happened was exactly the way it was supposed to happen, so you could learn whatever you needed to learn down the road. And I'm just so grateful for my body and for this experience, and getting to share this experience on here. Like I said, I could talk about this for days, so I'm grateful that I can talk about it here on this platform. I'm obsessed with our sweet little girl now, our sweet little Luna. I thought I would have her here holding her, but Steven is a gem and took her and Arlo to the park so I can record this. I was like, Steven, I have to record this before I forget all of the details. I don't want to forget any of these details. So he took them to the park, and yeah, she's just such a little squish. She is a great feeder. Like, I think that's another thing about not having an epidural is she came out ready to go. Like, she was ready to feed. I actually couldn't feed her right away because I had to get stitches. I think I mentioned this before, but I did tear in the exact same spot I tore the first time, which is to be expected because that was like all scar tissue and just a little bit in another spot, but that healed up pretty fast. So I was getting stitches right after birth and I couldn't feed her right away. And once I finally did get to hold her and feed her, she's been an amazing nurser. Like, she loves to eat, has no problem eating. I feel like with Arlo, he just like was so sleepy and lethargic, like didn't really want to eat. So I feel like that, along with her being almost 2 weeks late, she just came out ready to go. She was like, yeah, I know how to eat and I'm excited to be here. And she wants to eat all the time. So I'm so grateful that our nursing journey has been totally different this time. So that's also another reminder. Like, if you had a harder time with your first birth, know that the second time around, things can be completely different. She is like the complete opposite of her brother. She doesn't want a pacifier. She's a great eater. She showed up 2 weeks later. And not that the way that Arlo came into the world was wrong, but again, it taught us so much. So I hope this was just inspiring for all of you. I'm going to stop rambling now because I could just ramble and ramble forever about birth. Subscribe if you're new here. I have new videos almost every week. May be a little bit more sporadic now as I'm getting my bearings with 2 kids, but I try to center all my videos around what it means to live an aligning, fulfilling, and present life, just like I do on my podcast, Alignment Adventures. Sometimes it's vlogs, sometimes it's sit-down videos like this. It's really quite a hodgepodge on here, and it's also my favorite time of year, so I'm going to try to get a lot more fall videos out as well. But sending you all so much love, all the highest vibes, and I will see you in the next video.
All up in that baby room. Let's go.